What's up, anomalies? And unfortunately, you're not an anomaly unless you subscribe, so make sure you hit that purple button down below. Wait, it's red? But that's gay! So it's obvious that you clicked on this video. You at one point have had writer's block. And writer's block fucking sucks. And as someone who writes a lot of stories, I devised a very quick, easy way that you can at least break writer's block, if not create a story to write with writer's block. While recording, I wasn't very, with my words, so I'm going to break it down with you really quickly, in a specific way. Rule 1, follow my story cycle. The actual video about story cycles on my channel is not on there anymore, so I'll break it down. The first part is a reason to care. Your audience won't care about your story unless it has one of two things. Number 1 is information. Some people will only read a story if there's something that they can be informed about, whether it be a war or how to get rich quick. Number 2, and the most common, is characters. Number 2 means that you have to have interesting characters that the audience can invest themselves into and care about those characters. If you're going down the character route, then the next part will be characters, developing your characters and the perception of humanity. The perception of humanity is basically that every character has to have a flaw and a reason to like them, even if that flaw doesn't affect the audience and only the character. A reason to like him is that he's strong, but a reason to care about him is that he's weak mentally and he's got depression. Rick and Morty, a reason to like him is because he's intelligent and can break out of any situation, but a reason to care is his evolution as a character and realization as how bad of a father he is and how bad of a person he is throughout the show. Then you have world building. Always build your world after your characters. This allows you to reverse engineer your world and your characters, basically allowing them to fit but also not. Because something that people don't like to admit is that stories need the main characters to be special. If the main characters aren't special in any way, no one's gonna give a shit. Then drama and stakes. Drama are smaller stakes, like the relationships between characters, while stakes are the actual stakes of that story. Will they die? Will they succeed? Is this happening? Is that happening? Will the world explode? Those are stakes. Dramas are the complications between characters. And finally, when you end your story, there needs to be both a resolution, an ending, and change to the characters. The characters need to have changed in some way. Maybe not super dramatic, but some way. Every good story has the character change. Even in shows or movies, at the end, they are changed very slightly. I mean, if they didn't change, Morty wouldn't be the badass he is now and would still be a shriveling little twat. But that's just how to make a story. If you want to know how to break down and break writer's block, then keep on watching. The first method I use here, which is something that I don't actually use very often, is the method of breaking down concepts. Write every random thing that comes to your brain, even if it's sexual or it has nothing to do with the story you're trying to tell. Gather up a bunch of the words that you like and put them together into a character. Doesn't matter if you like the character, just roll with it. You then need to flesh out the character. Choose random attributes. If you don't know what to make a character, just pick a random one. Look, there's this guy called Massatar, and I don't know what he's going to be like. Well, what's his name sound like? Well, sounds pretty aggressive. Make him aggressive. This name makes me imagine him looking a little bit weak. Then make him weak. It doesn't matter at this point. Just do it. Do something. Then develop your world, like in part 3. Hopefully introduce the inciting incident. Why are your characters together? Why are they fighting? Why is there conflict? Then add drama and stakes. Make sure that drama is character-based, or at least small scale, and the stakes are physical based. Will they die? Is there some bigger reason? Don't worry, stakes don't have to be massive. They don't have to take over the world. Resolution and change is the next part, but that just has to happen. Your story has to have an ending, and it has to have change. If it doesn't, then people won't like your story. They might like it reading all the way through, but when they get to the end, they'll just be disappointed. Here is my second method of creating a character. It's a lot simpler in my opinion, and I also use it a lot more to create a bunch of ideas. I mean, I've got like 20 or 30 ideas stacked up on my back that I'm waiting until Netflix goes, "Hey, you random child, have you got any ideas?" And then I pour out all these amazing concepts and then they say yes to all of them and I get super rich and oh, it's not gonna happen. Using this concept, you just pick out random average stuff. Okay, this guy's tall, this guy's short, this guy's ugly, this guy's cool. And that's it. You just create a basic slate and then add on top of that, slowly but surely. And when you reach the end and the character isn't quite right, go back and change the basis. It doesn't matter. It's literally text. Getting rid of something will not ruin the character. It will simply change them, and as long as you're happy with the character, that's all that fucking matters. Something that I forgot to mention is that, well, if you're really looking for personality types that aren't basic, literally take an object. I'm going to make up something right now. I've just grabbed a glass. This is not scripted. I just grabbed a glass and I'm going to look at it. What do I see when I see a glass? Okay, I see something that can hold things and something that's semi-fragile. So if I was made to a person with a glass, would they be fragile or would they hold a lot of stuff? Maybe they're both. Maybe they hold a lot of emotional baggage and can easily crack and release it all onto other people. That could be interesting for drama. You see how I just picked up a random object and looked at it and went, oh shit. Like, what if I looked at this dice that I have? And, well, what if it's random? What if the person based off of this dice is random? Sometimes they just do things with no explanation. And that's their flaw. Every character needs a reason to care and a reason to like. So, do both. And thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. Make sure to subscribe down to the purple button below. It is purple. You're just colorblind. And make sure to hit the bell to become an anomaly. I'll see you guys in the next video and the next life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Ah, shit, things fell over.